Hello and welcome to AI War. What we're going to talk about in this session is the first 5 minutes of the game. There's not one best path through this, but here's one way to do it that should work pretty well to get you started, or as one good path among many. Alright, we're going to select the space dock here first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go on and build 10 scout drones. I'm holding shift and then just left clicking twice to do that as quickly as possible. I'm going to go on and set a gather point right here. Alright, we've already got one armored scout, so let's go on and select him, and then I'm hitting tab to go out to the galaxy view. And let's go on and route him around somewhere. We've got 79 planets that don't belong to us and that we don't have any visibility into. And I'd like to know, just a little bit about what's out there, right? So if I hover over other planets, I can see a path between my planet and theirs. So this one is 3 planets away, so I'm going to go on and send my armored scout by right-clicking there. So there he goes, he's off to the races. At this point, I've got 8 out of 10 of my little scout drones. These are the Tech 1 scouts, which are not as good as the armored scouts, but I can't build armored scouts without first unlocking those. So I'm going to take 2 of my scout drones at a time, taking 2 at a time because when they're in enemy planets they tend to get shot a lot, and so they'll be able to penetrate further if I send groups of them. I want to send them in many directions, so I'm just taking 2 at a time. If I wanted to penetrate really deeply in one direction, I might take all 10 and send them all at once. But scout drones, no matter how many you group them with, they're really just not going to penetrate that far into enemy territory no matter how you cut it. We're going to need better scouts eventually to do that, and better positioning on the map ourselves. So let's see, first guy we're going to send out there, first pair of guys rather. Second pair of guys, let's see, we've got 4 wormholes off of our planet. Second pair of guys we'll send out this way. Third pair of guys, alright, I guess we'll send them right here. Now I can hold shift and see the adjacent planets to an enemy planet as well. I'm then going to, while holding shift, I can see the path that my selected units are taking. So I can hold shift and then right click a couple more times to extend their path. Will they make it that far? Who knows? Alright, that leaves us with this route, which I've already got one guy going. We're going to send them here too, but then we'll send them I think this is a different path off of that first planet, and then here again we'll take a different path through there. Okay, this little one right here, oops, and now I'm flashing too. That means there's one enemy, and the flashing means that I am being shot. So apparently that was got a bomber coming in. Alright, quickly gonna build some missile cruisers, since those guys are particularly apt at taking care of bombers. I'm gonna put 4 in the queue and then set the queue to loop. And I'm also gonna build, actually go and put 5. I'm also putting bombers and fighters in there. This is so that I will have a nice mixed army, which is important. And this cruiser here, cruisers are particularly strong against bombers. This has a good chance of knocking this guy off right by himself, but those missiles are slow, as you note, so they have some trouble catching up to them sometimes. Alright, there we go. We got him at the last second. Okay, so now we've got 4 out of our 5 cruisers, and we've got more bombers and fighters coming after that. The cruisers will loop around to the end of the queue, as you just saw here. This means I don't have to go back and refill the queue. This means that I'm going to have a mix of basically a third of bombers, fighters, and cruisers being produced indefinitely out of this thing. So that seems pretty good to me, because all the ships in the game are weak to either bombers, fighters, or cruisers, and so if I want to be pretty sure I can take on any enemy ship that might come, maybe not in an ideal way, but at least in a reasonably effective way, I want to have a good mix of bombers, fighters, and cruisers. Now my extra ships, the bonus ship types, we'll get to later. Now it's time to get some resources. As you can see up here, I've got 6 unused metal harvester spots. I've got 7 unused crystal harvester spots. Let's fix that. So we're going to select my orbital command station, and I'm clicking metal harvester from the econ menu. Now I'm going to hit the M button, which takes me to the first metal harvester spot. Now while holding shift, I'm left clicking on that, so that builds my first metal harvester. Hit M again, and I can repeat since without clicking the metal harvester button because I'm holding shift. That says I want to build another metal harvester when I'm done. Alright, and you keep going. Alright, that's all of them. So now I can right click to stop putting metal harvesters. Left click, let's do crystal harvesters. I hit C to take myself between those spots. Alright, that's all of them. Talk about speedy way to gather your resources on one planet. Now I'm going to hit Shift H, and I'm back to my orbital command station. And that's it for our first 5 minutes. Next time we'll talk about the next 5 minutes.